How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and welcome back to our Rise of Rome playthrough for Civilization 4 Warlords. I have a couple of things that I need to make note of. Number one, we've been doing quite poorly in terms of victory point resources, or just victory point generation, I should say, because I didn't realize the resource was pillaged, and it doesn't have its little resource fort built next to it. So that was really bad, because for about, I would say, 30 turns at the most, yeah, it's about 30 turns, 20 to 30 turns, I have been failing to collect my victory points because of this. That is unnecessarily made it a lot more complicated. As it stands right now, if I manage to take a victory resource within the next 20 turns, I think, there's a chance I might win. If I manage to take a victory resource after those 20 turns, that chance would increase significantly. But at the moment, because see, here's the hope that I have, is that I can take this victory resource back, and then I can, from there, move on all the way down here to Egypt and take another one. So there's a chance I can win yet, so we're going to continue onwards, but we're rapidly running out of opportunities here, so I have to be careful in how I manage or conduct this war. What did we lose? Praetorian was destroyed by a war elephant. So there was a war elephant. He captured that city back now. It's kind of to be expected, I guess. Okay. Right, we want to get focused on building that resource fortress as quickly as possible. And of course, I suppose we're going to go cycle through everything else on the way there. I want to deal with these workers. Come on, guys. How is it you're out of movement points already? I thought I canceled your actions last turn. How did that happen? Never mind, skip turn then. Okay, we have a lot of galleys here. Let's see what we can do with this. Now, if I recall correctly, I needed to load a whole bunch of these Praetorians onto them. So let's just grab all of the Praetorians and load them. Unfortunately, they're still not healed. You're kidding me, I can't just bulk load them? What nonsense is this? Okay, let's get all the trebuchets, load them up. Yeah, apparently I actually have to choose galleys each time I want to do that, which is odd. Looks like we have one galley here, two galleys without anything in them. So let's break those off, send them to another location. I need to try to get a city back here. Does that galley have a catapult in it? No. Okay, good. Grab all these galleys then, and wow, we could actually start moving towards Carthage, which I used to own, obviously. But then we also have these galleys here, so that's another two. I think we should join at least those galleys up. In terms, what can we move here? We have a lot of Praetorians available. That's cool. Okay, let's see if we can get these loaded up. There's one. Yeah, okay, we can also get this one loaded up. I tried to move as many as... That one doesn't have much of a promotion. But I was trying to move as many of these Praetorians into this city so that way I could load them up quickly. And by and large, I think we did pretty good. Okay, all these galleys are full, so I'm going to move them into Gao. And these are also full. Okay, so I think we have all of our galleys filled now. Let's skip a turn, and the next turn we're going to be moving them out of that city, while these last three galleys can go back over here and take on more units. So that's going to be the plan right now. Let's see what we can do with this Roman missionary. I really ought to have built a road going over there past my iron. You know what, we might actually not need any more Roman missionaries at this point. It looks like a lot of the important cities are already converted. Yeah. We could convert Gao, but I'm uncertain as to the return on that investment that we'll be seeing. So I might just delete it. It's a shame, but I really don't want to monkey around with it anymore. There is also the potential that the Celts could declare war on me as well while I'm monkeying around, which would be an unfortunate coincidence. All right, we need to build more units. That's what we're here for. We don't have much time to waste. I think we're going to build a couple more. Oh, I should actually have built a barracks there, but that's not going to matter now. Let's build a trebuchet. Yeah. At this point, I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it to build trebuchets. I suppose it is. If I don't yeah, I could sacrifice more of them if I have trebuchets. The great thing about trebuchets or siege equipment in general is the fact that you can use them to cause collateral damage, which is quite vital early on. Okay, we have a whole bunch of Hannibal's triremes there, intimidating me. But let's ignore it. We can get to Carthage in 2 turns. So let's try to make that. Wow, that is quite a stack. Wow, I'm not even sure if I can take on a stack that big. That's a lot of units. One thing I could do, I suppose, is use a catapult against them. But even then, wow. Like if I use a catapult against them from the water, that would damage them. I don't know, man. Things are looking worse than I had hoped, I guess you could say. But let's load up more of these Praetorians, regardless. I'm going to make the most of it. Here's another trireme. I mean, another galley. I think I can get out of here without getting hit. Okay, so the fort is available. The Yellow Victory Resource Stronghold, as it's known. 6 turns it's going to take, but we can double that. 3 turns, and then if we get this other worker over there, right there, that one can build a road in 2 turns. So in a total of 3 turns, we'll have the Victory Resource Stronghold built, which means we'll finally start generating points again. That was a really, really big mistake. And when I realized it, it sort of killed my incentive to play this out, because it was like, this was such a fundamental mistake that I made. I wasn't sure if I could realistically recover from it, and it didn't really feel like my fault, even though it was. It just didn't seem like the kind of thing that I should take the fall for. I don't know why. It's like it was the fault of the scenario. Like the scenario was designed in such a poor way that I didn't realize it needed an actual improvement. I should have realized it needed a road, and I'm not sure how I overlooked that, but still, the fact that it needed an improvement. Okay. We have a Greek revolt taking place in Athens. I didn't know that could happen with him as my vassal. What the hell? I guess it can happen. For some reason, I was operating under the premise that once they became a vassal, you don't have to deal with revolts anymore. I guess you just don't have to risk the city flipping over to the former owner. Even if you're at war, I don't think that happens. It's a really unique situation when it comes to cities flipping due to cultural pressure. Like, I'm pretty sure if you have fought a war with them, that the city won't flip. In other words, they can't get back a city from you that you took in combat just by cultural pressure. I'm pretty sure they actually need to capture it back, which is why it's such an interesting system. I see I'm going to end up leading these triremes all over the place, aren't I? Huh. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot I can do about that, because I only have 3 triremes here, and he has 3 there and 3 there, and I'm obviously going to lose at least half of them if I try to attack them. So, if you think about it, on average, you're going to be trading trireme for trireme. Let's get this road built over here, like that. Hopefully, they'll actually build the road. I had some pathfinding issues with workers before. I told them to issue, or I sort of issued a build road to command, and it didn't quite work. Yeah. So I guess this is the all or nothing moment. We're going to unload all the units, I think. Like, I mean, things do not look good. Really? 64% odds of, you know, doing collateral damage like that. We might have to do that, because otherwise they're going to hit me hard. They have six catapults in there. Let's just do this and get it over with. If it fails, then we'll say, oh well, it was a good try. But the thing is, I think I might have better odds if I actually attack with the trebuchets. I have so few compared to him. He has so many units. Let's do it anyway. Like, we are taking a minus, like a 50% hit from an amphibious landing. Holy smokes. It won. It won, folks. Didn't expect that. What'd like the combat look like? I did 6 units of collateral damage, which overall is not that significant. Like, if you look at it, the war elephant that I did collateral damage to is 7.4 out of 8. That's still pretty strong. 5.5 out of 6. It's like it's taking a half a point of health off of these units. And now it's only 60. What are the... basically at 70% odds. And it lost. Because, of course, it did. 63. It's 70% odds, guys. It's not like it's the worst odds in the world, unlike that one would be. Okay, well, I know I gave it an honest try. Let's get all these units there. It's a lot of Praetorians. And how many trebuchets? You have 2? 1? You only have 1 trebuchet left. Oh, that's going to be a dream, taking down that city from 60% defense with 1 freaking trebuchet. That is going to be just peachy. I didn't have enough trebuchets. I didn't have enough units, period. And I still don't. Let's hurry this trireme. Okay. The thing is, I'm tempted to retreat now. No, I don't need to. There's nothing that these units can go and get. So there's no point in retreating. Okay. We're going to just have to deal with it. Well, let's see what happens. I don't have many Praetorians here, but they are 9 strength, which is stronger than anything he has, so... who knows? Ooh, he took a lot of damage. But I didn't hear of any units getting damaged. Your trebuchet died, you've suffered collateral damage, and the trebuchet withdrew from combat with me, as well as a catapult. So he hit me with a catapult and a trebuchet. 94% odds, huh? That reduced the defenses to 45. I need more siege units. And all of his units have healed, so... yeah, that's that. The good news is that my units are going to start getting a fortification bonus by standing on this hill. They are all capable of getting defensive bonuses, so just by being on this hill, I'm getting an additional 25% defensive bonus. If I go 1-2, he can hit me. 1-2, yeah. So, I might have to stop first and gow here with these galleys. Otherwise, he can actually reach me. What kind of civics are we running? Police state, vassalage, pretty much all the good ones. I'm not going to get any more experience than a... well, I would get more experience on these triremes if I built them in a city with my state religion. But I'm not doing that currently, so... not gonna happen. Like, is it even worth it bringing this trebuchet all the way over here? It takes so many turns, 10 turns to get there. I think the game is pretty much over by that point. Why are these units not wanting to do what I told them to do? Build that victory resource, boys. What's the problem? 1 turn, there, it's finished. Excellent. Now we'll finally start... oh, this is my city. Hurry that courthouse. There's no point in letting them waste a whole bunch of time doing that. So now I should have a victory resource here. Let's check. I think I have a yellow victory resource now. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. It would be really nice if these triremes could actually bombard in this game. That would have been such a big help. But that's not going to happen. So I'm going to split these triremes up. And I'm going to use, like, split them in half and then use the other half as an escort service for my 2 fleets of galleys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to add one more, that troop, and then like 1, 2. Yeah, we can get there next turn. That'll work out fine. Heal in 1 turn. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to hit me with that stack. Like, I have pretty decent heal rates. 1 turn to heal from the collateral damage. That was a total of 0.5 damage. So I'm going to always be repairing that if that's all he hits me with. So that is certainly a positive. But the question is, if my William the Conqueror gets killed, how would I bounce back from that? I mean, I didn't promote him for strength. I promoted him for medic, and that means that he should be deprioritized, so to speak. He should be at the bottom of the queue when it comes to units attacking my stack, and then him getting chosen for defending it. But there's still the possibility that he does get chosen through some fluke, and then he's dead. And now all of a sudden, heal times are going to suck. Just going to go with it, I guess. I don't even know what I want to do with these workers anymore. It feels like they don't have much impact on the game at this point. Let's build a mine over there. That'd be useful. Next to the iron. Hey, we got our first trireme out of Rome. Why does it... Okay, it does have the right amount of experience. The problem is, I just don't have enough experience to get another promotion. So that's sad. Is that 2 tiles? Can he hit me from there? I'm not sure. Yes, that most definitely is 2 tiles. Huh. It'll be interesting to see if he wins that or if I win that. He'll probably win, knowing how terrible my luck is at this game. Okay, everybody skip. And I was still building a Roman temple, huh? We need more triremes. And trebuchets. And maybe Praetorians. Probably should have played this on easier difficulty, huh? Things were looking so good there until we got embroiled with that battle with Greece. Things really were looking nice. I thought I had it in the bag, but it turns out I should have fought Carthage for longer. Instead of focusing on Brennus and this nonsense up here with the luxury resources, it turned out to be a total non-issue. Like, it didn't net me anything all that positive. A total of 3 happiness, I guess I'm getting from it. From all my hard work and messing about over there on resources that just really don't matter. And then you look at Rome, and it has a surplus of 2 happiness anyway, so what the hell? Like, what was I doing? I just don't know. It was a very poor decision. I made a lot of poor decisions here. Oh, we got hit by some collateral damage. I still cannot adjust this event log down. I can't make it vertically higher or longer. I can only make it horizontal, like wider horizontally. What sense does that make? What do we... I suppose it did declump some of the text there. It's worth a little bit, at least. It's such a miserable little box, but I mean, at least you get to see this stuff instead of it like in Civilization 6, where it falls off the screen after like 5 seconds and then you'll never see it again. I killed a catapult and a war elephant. Really, that's all? Wow. And then 2 catapults withdrew because apparently they have superb withdrawal odds for some oddball reason. Down to 30, down to 15%. That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get the galleys. The ones that I just recently loaded up. And they'll be over here next turn. And by that time, the defenses should be down. Like, it is tempting to try to hit this with some of my units. This one took a lot of damage. 88% odds. Really? He's getting a lot of bonuses from his melee unit counter. Apparently, those cavalry have a high bonus. Is there only one of them? No, he has a whole bunch of them in there. How about this? 99.2%. Let's go for it. Of course, it nearly got killed. It's going to take 3 turns to heal the bloody thing. It's like you just can't beat the RNG that's associated with this game. 88.4% odds. 98% odds. I do not have units with good promotions here. That much is clear. I have like 2 units that have very good promotions against cities, and the rest of them is pretty much garbage. Wow. Wow, dude. That sucks. Which, it kind of makes sense, though, because I'm building most of my units in cities that don't have barracks, and they definitely don't have stuff like the Heroic Epic. Heroic Epic just doubles the unit production. I suppose I'm not building them in Heroic Epic, where I have a whole bunch of these great generals, is what I actually meant by that. Hey, I'm getting cornered by triremes. They're going to get me eventually. They decided not to attack this trireme, though. So I guess I'll take that as a sign that we should group those up. Yeah, so Greece pillaging all that land turned out worse for me than I expected. I don't know. Should I suppose it's time to move these galleys out. I'm going to start moving them back. Hopefully we can pick up other units, resupply a bit. Because we do sort of have some escape galleys. Let's build trireme there, trebuchet. Really, I completed the trebuchet here already. Because when I was first looking at that, the times looked atrocious. So I'm a little bit surprised now. Let's build a trireme here. I finished the courthouse in here in Kenosis. We need an archer. Let's build an archer in 1 turn just to provide some happiness by having a garrison unit in the city. Because you'll get penalized if you don't do that. Ouch. Sounds like I got hit with some stuff here. Catapult withdrew. Praetorian killed a Carthaginian catapult. I killed a Carthaginian war elephant and a Carthaginian horse archer. So actually I'm making better progress just standing here than I am actually attacking him at this rate. Okay. Our next group of units is moving in. That's nice. How many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Praetorians, which is quite significant actually. In terms of the total amount of Praetorians I have here, adding 7 to that, I'd say it increased it by at least 33%. So that's great. Let's get this galley somewhere safe. Okay. Another trireme has been produced. Oh, a lone trireme. That was quite foolish of you, Hannibal. I shall sacrifice myself on you, and waste many ships in an attempt to win, and lose a ship with a ton of promotions when I had 84% odds of winning because you're a little jackass. Thank you very much. Do I have to sacrifice tons of my units over insignificant results? Is that what it's come down to? Where I have to sacrifice units that are very experienced to take down units that have very crappy odds themselves, like we're talking about 15%. Hey, look, I'm a unit with 15% odds. Please allow me to win every freaking battle against this guy. Yes, thank you very much. I would expect that myself. Like, that is a sort of courtesy that only is paid to a stupid, wretched AI that's miserable and useless in all other regards. It's just unbelievably bad. And that's why I don't put my best units on the front lines, because it doesn't matter if you have 85% odds. They'll kill them. They'll kill them with impunity. Because good old RNG. God, it's what sucks so bad about this game. Like, I love Civilization 4, but really, the freaking RNG in the game, it sucks so bad so many times. When you lose when you shouldn't. It's like playing a freaking card game at this point. And that's what I hate about card games. Like, I really don't get it. Like, so many times, your outcome is determined completely by somebody deciding to toss the cards in a certain order and then deal them to you. How? There's no fun in that. To me, that's not it's not strategic enough to be entertaining, right? Reduce the defenses down to 0. Turns out we didn't need all the trebuchets, I suppose. We'll wait until next turn when all of these units have their movement points back. Until then, just heal. Oh, look, a trebuchet, that's nice. Well, we're definitely going to have to build more triremes now because they're getting massacred. When they shouldn't be. No, I didn't mean to build a trireme there. We need more Praetorians, I suppose. That was the one city I didn't want to build a trireme in. I need to just set these cities up to automatically do this stuff. This is annoying to no end. I built a courthouse in Athens, huh? Like, what do we want? Just stop bugging me, man. I hate having this many cities. And I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot because I am, but it's because I'm losing. And when I lose, I get bitter about small things, like having to choose the production queues for 10 cities every single turn. At least I'm hearing a lot of winning. That's always good. We took care of a Carthaginian horse archer and a catapult. So, a lot of positive news there. Let's see if we can do some damage here. We have a catapult. It has a lot of experience, actually. So let's promote that for tons and tons of collateral damage and then throw it at it. Cause 6 units of collateral damage. It almost shaved an entire point off of those war elephants. Instead of being down to 7.5, they're down to 7.1. So overall, I would say ignore the collateral damage promotions. They don't mean much in the long run. Hey, we won! 66% odds. I mean, that's not like that's 2/3 in my favor or anything, but it's, you know, I'll take the small victories in life. So we did do some collateral damage here, but there's just so many units in that city, it feels quite insignificant in the long run. I think city attack promotion is the best we're going to get for odds here. 87.5. 90%. Hey, we're getting 3 promotions. That's a nice unit. 97% odds. You can see almost all of them took an entire beating. 55% odds. Ouch. These units with only 1 star, they really suck at combat. How does this look? 78%. That still sucks pretty bad. How about 3 stars? 88%. Yeah, we should definitely promote these for city attack. City attack is really the only way to go at this point. In terms of promotions for these units, like I've promoted them for attacking mounted. Don't do it. 88% odds. Beginning to feel a little dicey here, like we're due for some bad news. The game sometimes it will determine that you're going to lose an encounter, and even if it's like 99% odds, it will give it to the other guy. 90%. 89%. Here's a unit that's a prime candidate for getting killed off. Look how much experience it has. 20 out of 26. We should kill that one. Wow, there are still a ton of units in there. 98.7. I wonder what our greatest unit has. 77% odds. Now, these are promoted against mounted. 94% odds. Now we're getting down to units that are actually damaged from the collateral damage that we did with the catapult and the trebuchet, I believe. 96%. Pretty sure the rest of these are just 1 promotion. 1 star dudes. They'll suck. 76% odds. Okay. Let's call that quits for this one. For this turn. See what the retaliation is like. Could be big. There's that possibility. All units, heal. You join the stack. Now we have the unfun stuff. This is the part of the game where we just do maintenance. We look at cities and say, oh, this needs to be built here. Everybody skip there. I need to fortify this unit over here. It's all quite tedious. and all quite boring, so we're going to skip it. What do I mean by skip it? Well, I'm just going to chop this out. It actually wasn't as much as I thought. Got attacked by a horse archer 3, and the fishing boats have been destroyed. He does like to split up his triremes, so we didn't get killed at all here. It's pretty impressive. Let's take a look at the amount of power we hit from him. You can just barely see it. Let's do last 50 turns, or now you can see it a little bit better. You can see his power. It's a very terrible color against the backdrop, but you can see just barely his power is dipping down. So it looks like he's about where he was 10 turns ago by me just decimating that entire force there. The thing is, I'm really running out of time now, but I'm also running out of time for this video. We're 30 minutes in, and that's where I usually like to put a cut. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.